Hi Aries, welcome to your February 2020 astrology and tarot reading. Firstly, let's talk about the thing that is benefiting you very much and not necessarily benefiting everybody else, but I think you'll like being the sign that is blessed by Venus for the month into March. Venus is in your sign from the 7th of February onwards, and love itself is just that little bit easier for you in the sense of competition. You feel like top of the popularity poll, top of the heap. And if you don't feel like that at the minute, check where your Venus sign is. If your Venus is in Taurus, then next month is when you will feel your very best. But I think as we begin our descent into the Aries energy with Venus being in your sign, you're going to start to feel a big shift in your mood, a big shift in your mojo. The moon card, full moon in Leo, your romantic sector, may suddenly have brought romance into the air out of nowhere, quite unexpectedly. A romance may unexpectedly have ended or begun. Full moons can do that, particularly as it is a supermoon. 7 of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Interesting combination. So if you're dealing with a water sign, you may be hiding something from them, or they may be hiding something from you. The moon card feels as though something seems to be quite hidden. Something seems to be in the dark, something seems to be in the ether. Now, this is a lot to do with Mercury going retrograde in Pisces as well. So if it's not a literal water sign, or you're not keeping some sort of emotional problem a secret from those closest to you, then this simply represents Mercury being retrograde in Pisces from the 16th. And when Mercury is retrograde in Pisces, much like Venus is in Aries, it's not a comfortable energy for the planet. So not everything comes out the way that it should. Not everything comes out the way that it's meant to. If you are keeping secrets, you might get very confused on your story during this transit. Yet we have the star suggesting that whatever this is that you're keeping so shushed up, or whatever anyone's keeping shushed up from you, or whatever it was in your life that has possibly already occurred to be some sort of deception, Aries, it is all coming to the fore. Queen of Pentacles. Financially, things start to look up, particularly when Venus enters Taurus next month, but we'll get into that there. The new moon in Pisces may present you with an opportunity to get away with something. It may even have an edge in the competition. Magician. Wow. Okay. Aries, you're up to some interesting stuff in February. I gotta give it to you. Now, Mars enters Capricorn, your career sector, on the 16th. So financially and career-wise, you have the power to manifest anything through your hard work and your perseverance. And it's great for you because a lot of the time you guys are so into the immediate gratification of things that you don't always stay in the long game. You don't always stick things out to see how far you could go. Generally, you like them to be here and now. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician and the Star card, you have a dream, you have a goal, and you're slowly but surely, 6 of Pentacles, and with support, putting in the effort to get there. I feel like a lot of you may be keeping secrets from your family, and I think you're keeping secrets from your family because they're very important to you. They're very much to do with what's on the horizon, what's in the future, the things that you want to see for yourself in this lifetime. I think you've got that adventurous spirit. Venus in your sign can do that for you, Aries. Venus in Aries is all about making things happen. Justice. Okay. Interesting. And underneath we have the Lovers, with the High Priestess underneath and the 10 of Swords underneath that. Just in terms of a story, Aries, I feel like a lot of you are very concerned about somebody in your immediate family. After that Cancer eclipse in your family sector, And this will apply particularly if you're Aries rising. But I think there is a female that you have an incredibly close bond to. The moon can indicate, I think, a family situation going on here, or perhaps a marriage, or perhaps something romantic. Someone is keeping something from you, but I don't think it's necessarily malicious. I think you're more worried about somebody, and I think your intuition possibly is telling you that somebody in your life, be it a lover or be it a sibling or a family member or whatever, a friend, is not doing as well as they are pretending to be. Now, I think with the new moon in Pisces, there is an opportunity for you to keep that secret or share it, and I think you keep it. But I would check in with the people in your life that are very sensitive and very emotional, because I think they may be hiding a lot more about how they're really doing than they are letting on. Now, on the 20th of February, we have a beautiful sextile between Jupiter and Neptune, Jupiter being in your career sector and Neptune being in your, well, your 12th house, your, I would say I think the 12th house can be quite a magical house. It's emphasis by the star. And I think your ability to pick up on what is hidden can really find you in a very comfortable, prestigious position in work. Being able to suss out a problem, the miscommunications that occur during Mercury retrograde, you might be the very person who can actually get the ball rolling with things. Now, the tricky thing about Mercury retrograde for you is that it's occurring in that 12th house. It's very foggy and very secretive, but it also rules soulmates, soul connections, soul contracts, the people in our life that feel as though we've known them before, that kind of past life thing. And that's why I think somebody is confiding a secret in you, Aries. Whether you tell it or not, I think depends, and I think it emphasizes how close a bond you have with this person that you're willing to keep it, because it might be quite tricky. What you must know is that this situation will all be resolved quite fairly. Now, as I say, career-wise, it's looking pretty good with Mars being in your career sector, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician. I think you have the ability to manifest more confidence in what it is that you do, what it is that you want from your career, what it is that you want from your work life, the things that you value the most in terms of how others view you in a social standing, in a career standing, your peers, that sort of thing. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician, particularly if you work in finance or beauty or agriculture or something of that ilk, something you would associate with green, you really have the ability to manifest very exciting developments for your money, for your career. And if there is a long-standing dream here with the star, I think you're finally going to make it click. It's going to start happening for you because you're having that self-worth. The Queen of Pentacles in the middle of the reading is always about knowing what you deserve and how well you believe you can do, because that's the first step to doing that. And with your energy, with Venus and Mars being in Capricorn, yes, it's a square. Yes, it's not necessarily the easiest of energies to play with together, but Aries and Capricorn share that ambition, that drive, and there is an earth sign right in the middle. If you're romantically involved with an earth sign, provided they are not in any way, shape, or form quite narcissistic and manipulative, you will know if that's the case. Provided that they are not, there is the possibility of something quite generous and reciprocal with this person that could lead to something much more stable and much more long-term. If you're dealing with a Pisces, Aries, I think there's a lot of pain and a lot of emotional problems with this person that you're not yet aware of, but you may become aware of while Mercury's retrograding in their sign. Because they're going to have to work through quite a lot of things, and it's up to you whether you stick it. It depends whether or not this is indeed a healthy union. Because if it's not, I think it's possible that you will fall back in the arms of someone that you've already loved before. Because it looks as though somebody from the past may very well get in contact with you in February. And I think they have quite a lot to say, particularly if they made you feel quite foolish. But that's a story for the extended. Now, with the Three of Wands and Justice, whatever it is that you see in your future at the minute in February is definitely something that is going to involve a lot of paperwork. So brace yourself for that, because Mercury retrograde is not the time to be signing papers unless you want to revisit them or have a bit more unnecessary predicaments with them. Now, with the Animal Spirit deck, I'm going to draw out a couple of cards that will symbolize your situation. Crocodile. There's three. There's the crocodile, there's the owl, and there's the fish. I really think a lot of you are dealing with a Pisces, but it just symbolizes that Pisces season is going to be quite significant. And your month is going to depend very much on whether or not you're swimming upstream. I do think Pisces season, as we get into it, is going to bring you a lot of secrets. It's going to bring you a lot of things, and that 12th house energy will do that, but a lot of things that you need to address. Because with the crocodile, it feels as though something is lurking in the waters of your subconscious, it's coming out in your dreams, it's coming out in little signs and synchronicities. You're more psychic than usual as we move towards Pisces season, even if it is Aquarius season right now with the star, obviously. I think with the crocodile here, there seems to be something in your life that you know is lurking, that is looming, possibly a person. Something or someone is in the shadows waiting to come forward, and I think that could be what comes out and results in something quite interesting for you going into February, late February and early March. And with the owl, I think it is a beautiful spiritual energy that is telling you that you're protected and guided, and to use your wisdom and intuition, because it does seem to me, Aries, that there's a lot of stuff that you have to navigate. And particularly with romance, with Mercury being retrograde, and I know that I've repeated that a million times and I'm sorry, but with Mercury being retrograde, do trust your intuition. Do listen to the little voice that's telling you something about whoever you're dating or whatever you're doing or whatnot, because you will have your pick. But do trust your intuition on the people that you're dating. That's not to suggest or say that there's anything wrong with them. It's just to let you know that when Mercury is in retrograde, even when Mercury is in shadow, which is already, it has been since the 2nd of February, things can seem very different, very skewed. Instinct. Trust your instinct, your intuition. Okay? Very strong psychic vibes going on for Aries. We'll get more into that in the extended. I'm just going to draw one more chakra card. Expansion. Notice how she's holding a globe. That also represents her pregnancy. For some of you, you are embarking on motherhood. For others of you, you're embarking on adventure. I see that with the Three of Wands. And self-worth underneath. A lot of you are finally getting your mojo back with Venus being in your sign. It's a beautiful month. It is a beautiful month. And with two queens here, particularly for those of you that are interested in women, I see you having your pick. In terms of a lot of people are attracted to you, a lot of people are interested in you. And with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, I think you have to weigh up your options. I think a lot of you, if you're in Aries, could very well end up with somebody who could go quite long term. And as I say, someone you could be signing contracts with in the future, be it for a home, be it for a marriage, be it for whatever it is. It could even be that you have a lot of paperwork because you travel together. There seems to be something comes out of this month that will result in paperwork. Whether that's a good thing for you or not, I don't know. But I do feel like there is somebody hiding back some kind of secret or emotion, and I think they confide in you in Aquarius season, leading into the new moon in Pisces. And I think you have to decide what to do about it. But certainly, Aries, as we get into Pisces season, I think there seems to be this interesting love affair. Just make sure that you're not dating with your trauma. Make sure that you're dating with a strong sense of self, knowing what you deserve, knowing your boundaries, and that you are over your exes. Because for some of you, it comes back around. They come back around. Could be an Aquarius. But I think they hurt you a lot. So bear that in mind. We'll get back into that in the extended. Thank you for joining me here, Aries, and I will see you in the extended listed below. And if not, I will see you in the next set of readings. Take care, Aries. Bye.